Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the reaction video here. The professor is with you, and my lovely wife back there. There you go. She's in there working like crazy, doing the bookwork and all the other stuff that goes along with running a business. Hey, we have an artist by the name of Howard Glee. Is that his name, honey?
Yes.
Howard Glee. Howard Glee. This guy is phenomenal, and not just by using the words phenomenal. We see artists and oh, he was phenomenal, he's great. No, he understands color theory. I have said that anybody who says they know color theory to a T, run away from them. Run away, because color theory is just so tricky. It's not what you think it is. You'll see a color and trying to match that, and it is like a fickle. It's very fickle. It really is, because you think, oh, I've got the color. You lay it down. It will even change when you lay one color next to another, and that color is completely changed. Howard, I give mega props to. He will take something and camouflage it in a 3D form and make it completely disappear. In order to do that, you have to have a true understanding of color theory. For those of you who play music, color theory, what color theory is to art is what music theory is to the musician. A person who has perfect pitch can hear a tone and match it. This is what this guy does in color theory. So you're gonna really like this stuff. And I'm going to be super critical of him only because he's that good. I'm not trying to knock him down. I'm trying to just show how good he is. So I'm gonna try and pick off every little nuance that I can. Okay, all right, you're gonna love this one. Here we go. All right, let's begin. All right, here he starts off with, looks like a bag of chips. Now, first of all, matching that bag and the chips are tough. What is even tougher is the gray. Now, I'm going to pause here only to say that I have spoken, or when I teach kids, I teach this, that black is not a color, white is not a color. White is a tint, black is a shade. And the neutral is gray. Now, I even challenge you on this. Gray really is a color of neutralized colors, so you could line up a whole bunch of grays and you can see the reds, you can see the greens, you can see the blues, you can see the yellows, you can see those. Here, it's more of a purplish color. You're probably saying, Professor, what are you talking about? It is. Now, if you stare at it long enough, you can see that where he's painted is just ever so slightly darker, just like just a notch if you stare at it long enough. But to match what he's done takes a master. All right, let's keep going. And he's not even done yet, so he may come back and work on this a little bit more. But look how he is just, yeah, see, he touched that up. And still, it's just a tad off. But again, I said, I'm being super picky because he's that good. Look how he's matched everything. Now, you're going to be blown away when you see, when he lifts that up and out. Look at those chips. You really couldn't tell the difference between the chips. Boom. Gone. All right, now, look at these tomatoes. You know, when you look at a tomato, you say, oh yeah, it's red. There's some blues in it. There are some yellows. There are some purples. And again, he's using that background, which is a gray neutral. Look how it's slightly off. You can see it changing every so often, but I'm sure he's going to come back and work on that. But how he's handling his expertise in understanding color is just breathtaking. And keep in mind, he's not even using an airbrush or any of this. This guy's a master. Look how he made that whole background disappear. And you would absolutely couldn't tell anything until he pulls the tomatoes away, and boom, look at that. Awesome, awesome. All right. Oh, this is one of my favorites. The watermelon. Um, and if you think this is tough, wait till you see the next one he's going to be doing. You're going to be blown away. But again, he attacks the background, and you can see there is a little more purple. His painting of his background is a little more blue. There's some reds that he will add to that a little bit later. You can see that. But look how he's just working that. Now this is, remember, this is time lapse, so it takes a while to get all this together. Look at that rind. Oh man, I could watch this guy for hours. Oh, look how, and there he comes. He really pushed that back. Look at that watermelon. You just have to laugh because it's like it's just, he is just I'm gonna use the word, he's just stupid good. He is. I mean, he, this guy is phenomenal. And you can see how the colors are picking up there, but those are going to be pushed back. He's going to push that background back. And even the bell pepper, you can't tell right now where it begins and where the paper starts. There he goes. He's pushing that back. He's added that white to add the tonal value. And did you see that touch of red? Because there's a touch of red in the background. Disappeared. But you can, if you stare at it long enough, you can see ever so slightly the color change on there. But look how close he's gotten that, and then boom. That's incredible. Now, when you're looking at the pear, you're going, he's nowhere near those colors. This takes work to build. Now, remember, this is time lapse, so I'm willing to bet this is taking him quite some time to have to paint, repaint, and repaint. And the reason it looks so effortless, because it is on time lapse. But now he's using a whole different background, which is a red. See that little bit of orange in there he added, that yellow, and he's pushing that back. Oh, the magic of that. He takes his palette knife and just mixes it right on that surface. But wow, the beauty. And you're probably wondering, well, how is this going to help in art? Well, let me tell you, with the skill set he has. I love how he moves things out at the end. Oh, now this water has got to be the most difficult thing to camouflage, and he does. This is probably one of his weakest ones. And again, I'm not insulting the guy whatsoever. I'm just saying because I am being so critical because he's so good. He's so good. I just like, I would love to meet this guy. This guy is phenomenal. You see that red, how he neutralizes that? Well, it's a split complementary. The red is a split complementary to blue. I know some of you are going like, well, what are you talking about? Well, we'll talk about color theory next season. But this one is probably his weakest one. You'll see he doesn't quite get that blue on that background disappeared. But to match all that water is just phenomenal. That's great. Now, I had my wife choose, because there were a couple of trees that he did, and this one here, I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be. I'll wait till it's finished. But this is extremely difficult because you're working on a round surface, and on top of that, look how he's made those greens come out. He's just matching those colors. And remember, the time of day also is changing too. So you have to take that in consideration. He has to work fast and efficient. And you can see when you turn to one section, the green comes really dark, but when it goes back to where it was originally, you can't tell the difference between that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, breathtaking. And if he walks fast enough, you would swear he walked right past that rabbit. Now this, is phenomenal. Making this box disappear into the brick wall is really a tough job. But again, he understands color and he understands distortion. If you stand anywhere else, it distorts, but you have to be at a certain place in order for it to. Now, look how it's disappearing. Those lines he has lined up have to be perfect to match the wall itself. And now you're probably going, well, how's he going to make that area disappear? He's just pulling it up even lighter. Look at that. Tell me that isn't phenomenal. Kudos. Kudos, kudos, kudos. That is just absolutely phenomenal. All right. Pause. Thank you. All right. Hey. All right. So I had to show you this reaction video to show you what we're getting ready to get into color theory. Before we get into color, well, we're going to touch a little bit on color pencils. And we're going to do, it's going to be like probably the last episode of season 1, so that we can lead into, almost segue into season 2 with color theory. And color theory is difficult, and once you understand the basic principle, then it gets more complicated as you're moving along. And I've been studying color theory for years, well, at least 35 years, and it's still a challenge. And most, if not all, artists will tell you, yeah, it's a challenge, and you have to be working on it quite a bit to really see the colors. And the reason color theory gets to be such a challenge is because not only are you having to use the right colors, the 3 primary colors, which is blue, red, and yellow, but there are different yellows, different blues, different reds. You're not going to get the same green by using a wrong. You're not going to get the green you want if you don't use the right blue or the right red. On top of that, your surface, what type of paper you're using. Is it on a wall? Is it on a car? Then you have the media or vehicle in the color. In other words, is it oil based? Is it water based? Is it acrylic, a plastic base? Those all interchange. Then you have the other, which is lighting. Is it a soft light, a hard light, a yellow light? Is it natural light? All of that changes. And then the colors next to it bounce off, creating a different color. It's enough to spin. There's so many variables. This is why it is called color theory and not color law, because color is just just wicked nasty, and it gets to be that way. But you will learn how to work it, and that's what I'm going to teach you, and how to understand it, how to tame that wild animal. Okay, so that was Camouflage by what was his name again?
Howard Clee.
Howard Clee. She has all the information back there, and I mean, he's really great. And, you know, I'm sure he's extremely talented in doing a lot of other things too. Now, he could probably paint photorealistically because he has a full understanding of color theory, and that will also help you to develop your skill set. And even though you don't work to make it look super realistic, to understand color theory is going to enhance your work tremendously. Okay, that's going to end this reaction video, and we will be back again. Remember, like, share, subscribe. I remembered. She remembered. She's always having to remind me because I keep forgetting. Like, share, subscribe, and you know, be inspired. Be inspired by these reaction videos. There's just so much. There's so much art out there. There's so much style and technique, and building your own technique, and experimenting and playing. And that's what I want to do. I want to just, you know, yeah. energize you and just give you that ambition to say, "Oh, I want to try this and try." Don't be afraid. Just do it. Go for it, and learn the rules so you can eventually break them. And you'll hear every artist talk about that. Okay, so as always, may the Lord be with you. You have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We'll see you. Remember, our regular programming for our videos are on Thursday, trying for 3:30, and reaction videos on Tuesday. And we will see you on the next reaction video or the next video for artifacts. Take care now.